The go live button.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, I
It
see.
says the webinar is now streaming on Facebook, but I'm getting a redirect on Facebook.
It says webinar streaming on Facebook. Hi, everybody, if everybody can see us.
Hello.
Hello. I'm looking to see if we got it here. Wouldn't I just see it on our page?
Yeah, and I normally do. You know, oh.
There, is it there?
Yeah, here we are.
Yay!
Yay!
How come I can't see us?
Yay!
Liz, how come I can't see us?
Well, I totally can. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
So let me make sure that we're still going live. And it says that we're totally live. Okay.
Okay, cool. And you see us, and that's all that matters because you see us. So that's awesome.
I do see us. And you hit the record button on your end.
Oh, I found us. There we are. I see you. And I
Yay!
see me. There's
Yay!
me and you. And there's Tim. And there's Simon's name. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this very, very special. Is it 4 o'clock yet?
It is 4:01.
It's 4:01. So welcome to this very special pop-up. We're calling this the pop-up QB Appy Hour segment. And we have super exciting news. So we have Tim Kieber and Simon from Intuit, and they are going to unveil, drum roll please. I have actually drumsticks and I should have them in front of me. There you go. Drum roll please, a brand new feature in QuickBooks Labs. So I am personally so excited about this feature because it's kind of like, it's a little Zapier-ish.
Yeah. Well, and you were helping us from the start figure this out. Yeah.
It was so fun to work with your team. I'm so excited to see this launch.
Thank you. And thanks for all your help. Yeah, we're really excited. This is something we showed off at QBC, QuickBooks Connect, and now we're happy to say is now live. So really excited to show off this demo and share it with the world.
That's fantastic. This is pretty exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, we couldn't have done it without the help from Heather and folks that we talked to ahead of time. So we're really excited to work with everyone on this and make something that we think people are going to be really excited about. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome. So what do you want us to do? Do you want us to like pass the presenter role to you, or do you want to tell us a little bit about it first and then we let you show?
Yeah, so I can maybe just talk a little bit about it first and the inception of this idea. So this is something that the team's really passionate about. The team's been working on as a bit of a passion project on the side. So we've been kind of working with a ragtag group of engineers and designers here at Intuit to work on this and finally get it out. So we're super happy. But really what this is looking to solve is this problem that we know that small businesses and especially accountants have today, where they're looking to optimize their time, right? And so these folks use QuickBooks, folks like you use QuickBooks for running their business and kind of doing all this stuff. But there's a lot of things that need to be done in QuickBooks that, for better or for worse, are pretty manual today. So we know that everybody kind of has this QuickBooks routine, right? And that might involve some things, as simple as going in to the sales tab, filtering for overdue invoices and sending out reminders when, maybe as an accountant or a small business, you want to make sure that you're getting paid on time. So what we're looking to do with this feature is help people automate aspects of their QuickBooks routine.
So did you say the name of it yet? Because you just like gave it away. Just tell everybody what it's called.
Yeah, so we're calling it routines for QuickBooks. So it's something that you can find in QuickBooks Labs. So this is our kind of platform that we use to test out new beta features. And I'll be giving a demo of this feature in just a second. But yeah, calling it routines for QuickBooks.
Awesome.
I can't wait to see it. I mean, I have seen it. I've been playing with it, but I can't wait to see it again. So it was super exciting to be part of this. So.
And those that were at Connect, we got to see it on the big screen a little bit, but we didn't really get to see it in action. So
right.
Yeah.
Really awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there any other questions you wanted to go over? Otherwise, I can hop right in and show y'all what it looks like.
So why don't you hop in and we'll wait. I'm sorry. We're just Is that what you said, Liz? I totally.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I said yes.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me see how I take the sharing here. Okay, cool. Let me know when y'all can see that.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So here we are in a very familiar space for a lot of you. So this is QBOA. This feature, I'll say I'm going to be showing it off in QBOA, but it is live in labs for both QBO and QBOA. So you can find it in this spot on both. As I mentioned, this is a feature that's going to be live in labs, or it is live in labs now. So you can actually go down under settings in the gear icon and find QuickBooks Labs right here. And you'll find our feature right at the bottom amongst all these kind of cool beta experimental features. This is the newest one, Routines for QuickBooks. And we have a little bit of a demo video if you want to watch that. Otherwise, you can go ahead and just get started by clicking the switch on. Awesome. So now we've turned the feature on, and you'll find something new in the gear icon. This is something that lets you manage your routines under the tools column. So this is the new page that we've made, and I'll go ahead, click that. Awesome. So here we are. So what we've got here are a set of, we call them templates. These are things that we know are pretty common tasks that a lot of our users, both accountants and small businesses, are doing as part of their QuickBooks routines. Specifically things that you might want to automate. So we've got things like being able to notify your customers when you receive their payment. So that's something, you know, maybe you mark an invoice as paid, and traditionally you'd have to download that payment receipt and then attach it to an email and say, you know, thank you for your business. This is something that we know folks might want to automate a little bit more. Or even something that we've heard a lot of people ask for, which is reminding yourself or your customers about past due invoices. So a lot of times folks want to send this out. Like I said, there's kind of a way you can do it today in QBO where you can go into sales and filter for overdue, but that's still a manual process. Maybe it only takes a minute or two, but that can add up over the span of a year. We've got things like being able to remind yourself about an upcoming bill, or even update an invoice when it becomes overdue. So right now you can add some text into the memo field for that. So for the sake of the demo, I'm going to try out a couple of these, and I'll show you what invoice we'll be looking at. So I'm going to try out the ones related to invoice. We have a invoice right here, number 1015. This is an invoice for 20 bucks and it becomes overdue tomorrow. So maybe something I'd want to set up in this tool here is be able to remind my customer about that invoice, letting them know it's about to become overdue. So we can do that with this. So you can clone any of these templates by clicking try it out. This will bring up the edit screen where you can customize aspects of this. So what we've done here is we've taken a lot of care to provide a set of default values in these fields that we think are great, but we know that folks are going to want to customize these however they want. So we give you the option to rename this rule that you've kind of cloned from that template. Again, this is the one about reminding yourself about your customer about a past due invoice. So you can customize that to only apply for specific customers if you want. So because I'm in the accountant file here, this will be all the customers that I have attached to my accountant file. But if you were setting this up for your client, you can be inside their books and you would see all of their customers. So I'll just have it apply for everyone, but you could choose whatever you want there. And then you can get some more customization into what leads this to fire off. So we call this the trigger section at the top before this tiny little line here. So you're customizing everything in this section that leads to when it fires off. So you can say, if you maybe only want to apply this for invoices of a certain value, right? So maybe you don't care about the smaller invoices. You only want to send out a reminder for some of the bigger things that you're looking to get paid on, right? So you can customize that with a drop down here and specify a value for the total amount. The next piece of customization we have on the trigger is being able to choose when you'd want to send out that reminder. So because I have that one that's due tomorrow, I'll just set it up like this. So maybe I want to send out this reminder one day before the invoice actually becomes overdue. But you can do it on the day of the due date or afterwards, however you'd like. Cool. The next thing that we're really excited and have this kind of cool thing I'm happy to show y'all is this inside the reminder itself. So you'll notice that we have a default template that we filled out for the reminder message. But again, we know that we want to kind of create this to be set up as automated as possible. So one of the things you might want to do is pass some information from the invoice that caused this reminder to go out into the reminder message itself. So right now we built out this thing where they're called merge fields. You might notice them from something like Outlook has something similar, or Slack kind of has the same pattern. But if you type the #, then you're brought up with this list of things that you can add. So these are all bits of information from the invoice itself. So you could do something like pass the total amount from the invoice if you wanted to into the header or anywhere in this message. So then when it fires off, it'll actually pass the amount. So we should see $20 show up for this one. But otherwise,
so cool.
Oh, thanks.
And let me go back and say, you did say there's a video for this. If especially in that area, the very first few times people do it, they're probably going to want to watch the video.
Yep. Makes total sense. Yep. So we've got a video on the lab's description. So if you click the icon in there, it'll bring up a YouTube video. I demoed this. I think it's maybe a 3-minute video or so, just kind of walking through something similar to what I'm showing y'all today.
Cool.
Cool. So you can pass any of that information in, and once you feel good about it, you can go ahead and click save, or you can even just enable it from here. But by default, if you just click save, it won't turn it on. So to enable them, you can go in here. We have a drop down. You can do things like go back and edit it again, or enable and disable it. So, or just straight up delete it if you wanted to as well. So that's the one we have I've set up now to be reminded about a past due invoice, and we should see that come through pretty soon. We have another one that I can show off is mark an invoice as memo when the invoice is overdue. So again, you can customize aspects of this. So one of the things we're trying to get at here is the functionality that desktop lets you do, where you can actually mark an invoice as past due. So the baby step we're trying to take here is letting you at least be able to update the memo. We'd love to expand this out to provide a more in-your-face kind of message. But right now you can update the memo text. So
hey, it's overdue.
Yeah, exactly. So you can actually, right now we have just the overdue message here, but you can pass in again anything you wanted from that invoice. So maybe you want to, update it with the amount again or something, and you can choose exactly where in the memo you put that. So it can be at the beginning or the end. To make sure it fires off for this demo, again, I'll have it apply for that invoice that we've already got made that's due tomorrow. So I'll set it up for before the due date by 1 day and just leave the defaults. So again, I just turned it on through here, but you could turn it on from that edit screen when you first set it up. Cool. So now when we refresh, we should see that we had some activity update. So this will let you know the last time this actually ran. And so for us, we now should be able to pull up some of these. So here's one. This one now has an overdue status in the memo field. And if I come over to this Gmail account that I have I had that customer, like let's say this was the customer's email address for that invoice, this is the message they would have received. So this passed in the total amount from that invoice by using that #. And then you'll see this is the text that got passed in from the sample reminder message. So yeah, I think that those are the two that I was planning on demoing. We have 2 other ones that you might want to try out. One for a payment receipt and one to remind yourself about upcoming bills. They similarly have some customization that you can do to the reminder messages and the trigger that causes them to fire off.
I really like this. I just kind of want to stop for a second and just kind of reflect. I think this is going to be really, really handy. Remind yourself about upcoming bills. It feels like if somebody needs to pay payables on the 10th, they would get a nice little reminder about all of the things that are due.
Mm-hmm.
Or end of year activities. So now we're at year end, and say that you're a landlord, and all of a sudden now you've got all of your homes suddenly have their property taxes due. You could get a reminder once a year that you've got thousands due in property taxes.
Yep.
I like this. I'm totally digging it.
I really like
notify a customer when you receive a payment.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool too. It's kind of like an automatic receipt that goes out.
Exactly.
Or thank you, right? You could say thank you. I got your payment.
Okay. I agree. I didn't even think about it using it as a thank you.
Right. Totally do a thank you. So this is amazing. So I'm so excited with these new templates that you've built. Are we going to have, at any point, are we going to have the ability to like kind of build our own? Like say, I want to do this from this transaction and I want to pull this data in from somewhere else in QuickBooks. That's
a great question. And it's something that we do have designs for and are really excited to bring to this at some point, but we'd love to hear, everyone's feedback about this, and just think about how, when we want to sequence that functionality to roll out. There's a lot of things we'd love to do with this. This is just our start. And one of the things we're definitely looking into is whether we should bring in the ability to create custom ones. We do have the designs, and I think it's something we'd love to bring soon, but no immediate plans on that. I think the thing we're looking just in the short term to bring to this next, and again, would love everyone's feedback on this, anyone watching, but we're looking to bring more templates to expand the number of templates that you see here by default. And then also one of the things we're kind of cooking up is the ability to bring in a Gmail integration. So right now what we have here is everything's being sent through the Intuit notifications email, but we know that accountants and small businesses really want to be able to have the email sent from their own Gmail address. So, you can initiate a conversation from the reminder that goes out. So that's something that we're looking at right now and are really excited to bring soon. So that's kind of how we have, that's like the roadmap we have, at least short term, but creating custom stuff is definitely on our radar and is something we'd really love to bring at some point.
That's really cool. And so I see it. You've got two different places saying to everybody, hey, if you've got an idea, give us some feedback. So you've got the little block right there for future templates, and then up there in the blue.
Yeah. So thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. So this right here, this is something that will actually send all of us on the team a Slack message. If anyone writes in to this, we get that message immediately. So we're watching this very closely. Yeah. So please, if you have any ideas for new templates or any general enhancements, if you really want to see the ability to create custom ones, would love to know that and share that with us through this, because we'll be watching this day and night.
That's awesome.
It is really awesome.
And so if can we create these? I mean, we're managing the routines right now in your books. We have the ability to manage these for our clients. Like, we'd be able to set them up for our clients.
Yeah. So the way it works right now is you would go inside the client's file, and then you would be able to go in and set these up for that client individually. So you'll notice right now, again, you would have to actually go through it and enable this feature in Labs for each of your clients. And you would have to set it up and manage it in here. Okay. So I've got some in here for this client of mine. But what we are really looking to bring very soon is the ability, just like in apps, to have a view where you can see for all of your clients, here's all of the routines or rules that you've set up. And then you can perform all the management actions from one screen. This is just kind of the first step in that journey. We wanted to make sure that we could offer this basic functionality at first, but really excited to we've got some designs put together for how that might look to manage it all from one screen.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about this. This is amazing.
Thank you.
So I mean, I think we have on our website, if people that are watching now want to share the features that they'd like to see, we can certainly share them with Tim and the team. If you can we share your email, Tim, if they want?
Yeah, definitely.
If they want to leave what types of routines they'd like to see on our Facebook page, then we could just forward that to you. Would that be?
That would be
or they could email you directly, and that way you'd get all that feedback as well. So my mind is kind of racing with all kinds of ideas, but I think this is fantastic.
Well, and Caleb's watching us, and he's saying that he's excited too.
Oh, cool! Thank you.
And then he started looking around what else is available in QuickBooks Lab right now. Yes, Caleb, Amazon purchases.
Yeah,
it's just the expense side, not the sales side.
Right. But, I think one of the things that I think I would love to see, Tim, personally, is if a client adds a new account to QuickBooks, I would love
Okay.
to see. I'd like to get a notification somehow, like letting me know that that's happened, or you know.
That's a good one. And I think what's awesome about just the way we've got this built, you know, big credit to the team behind this, but we've got this set up in a way where really we can hook into almost anything that happens in QuickBooks and a variety of third-party services. That's something else we're kind of looking at. But there, like any kind of action, like something like adding an account, is totally doable on this platform that we built this on. So really excited to be able to roll out stuff just like that. That would totally be one we could do.
That's fantastic. And I even like one of my things is whenever people put things in, ask my accountant. It's like, I'd love to be notified that they've placed some things inside that account, because so many of us use that already.
It's a really good idea.
That'd be fantastic. And then we have another comment that says reconciliation routines.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we're getting some good feedback.
You know, the other thing I just thought of is like, if you had estimates, if they went over a certain age, to maybe remind the client that they have a proposal outstanding and maybe it's going to expire. Because a lot of us will put a proposal out to a customer or a client and say, it's this proposal is only good for a certain number of days. So to be able to automate a notification that says, hey, this estimate's going to expire in 10 days, that would be pretty powerful.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And that's, again, one that would be totally feasible and very easy for us to follow up with soon. Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. So do we have any other questions, Liz?
I think we have covered it, and I am just really stoked.
I am too. And what we'll do is, if you're, we'll post this on our Facebook page. We'll share it through Twitter. I will include your email address on our Facebook page if people want to reach out to you. Or we all know that they can just click on that feedback button in the routines and your Slack message. So that's pretty darn powerful too, like instant access to Tim.
I know. I'm kind of thinking, so what else can I Slack?
But anyway, so no, that's awesome. And really excited. Thank you for coming on and joining us today. So this is really exciting. I can't wait to see what evolves with the routines.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for having us. And thank you again, Heather, especially for all of your help as we built out this feature. Really credit to you for helping us on this.
Thanks.
Pretty awesome.
All right. Thanks.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you. And thank you, Simon.
Yes, the Simon
Thank you, guys.
Simon, the Simon.
Hey, we hear you guys. Okay. Welcome to the party.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Tim. And we'll be talking soon.
Awesome.
And Liz, always good to see you.
Absolutely. Yep. This was a fun special edition Appy Hour.
It totally was super fun. So awesome.
Cool. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for having us.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.